The deadly violence in Maine is impacting conversations happening tonight in Metro Atlanta. A ranking member of the Biden administration ordered to do something about gun violence in town. Atlanta News First Patrick Quinn joins us live tonight in downtown Atlanta. Patrick, Deputy Director Greg Jackson, he is the head of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention. He spoke with hundreds of people tonight on how to address this epidemic of gun violence.
That's right, Sean. Greg Jackson, he is a special assistant to the president. He was here in Atlanta today speaking at a conference here in downtown Atlanta, and the mass shooting in Maine heavy on the hearts of those who are inside. But Greg Jackson, he admitted today is like any other day in America, but he stressed it doesn't have to be.
You wake up and you see the news of such a major tragedy. It's just another major reminder that this is not just an Atlanta issue. This is every community in America.
Gregory Jackson's the Deputy Director of the White House Office of Gun Violence Prevention, a first ever office just stood up by President Joe Biden.
But a major charge of our office is to identify new executive actions and new policy solutions.
In a statement, President Biden just called on lawmakers to pass bans on assault weapons and high-capacity magazines. The president also wants to see universal background checks and require safe storage of guns.
It's the worst kind of motivation you could hope for, right? But what I will say is that, every day that we're losing lives, there's people in this room and in this conference that are saving lives.
Jackson is in Atlanta joining 800 people at the Cities United Conference, where 130 cities are represented, all working to disrupt the cycle of gun violence.
But everybody needs more resources and more capacity because the issue is too big for the little resources that we give it.
Anthony Smith, Executive Director of Cities United, said sadly, while the shooting in Maine is the latest large-scale shooting, every day communities are feeling the traumatic toll of gun violence.
This is not a new thing in America that we have that many people dying in the span of that kind of time because it just happens on the day-to-day. I just want folks to be as just concerned when it happens in black and brown communities as they are in communities that don't look like us.
Smith stressed curbing gun violence starts with improving access to housing, education, and health care. Jackson said the collaboration in Atlanta is proof that there are programs that work.
And we're going to take that energy back to Washington and keep building on that momentum.
And Gregory Jackson, he is the Deputy Director of the Office of Gun Violence Prevention for the White House. If you're wondering, Atlanta has a similar office here in this city. It's the Office of Violence Reduction. It was stood up by the former Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, and just recently Mayor Andre Dickens just appointed a new director, Marcus Walker. He started in August. We're live in downtown Atlanta. Patrick Quinn, Atlanta News First.